EPA and WA meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th, 2024. It is, of course, Monday. We are not back to work officially with some of us. I'm going to be today. Several of our forecasters will be, but our local forecast and website are not going to be updated until Tuesday. We're kind of still running a skeleton crew, but I'll be here all day working this disaster of a day. Hopefully it's not too bad today. But there is a severe weather threat today we're going to be discussing here in today's video. First and foremost, Kinsley's Family Market in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania sponsors the Monday video forecast. Summer is finally unofficially here with Memorial Day being today. Be sure to stop on by Kinsley's and get your summer grilling favorites fresh from their in-house butchers. 7 days a week, cut just the way you like it. They have steaks, burgers, and pork chops to fill your grill. In seafood, they have salmon fillets, lobster tails, and crab legs. And don't forget, the best of the produce season is always available. If you're heading out to a party this summer and don't want to cook, just call their catering department and order up your favorites. Come celebrate summer with Kinsley's ShopRite, the world's largest ShopRite, located at 107 Kinsley's Drive in Broadheadsville, Monroe County, Pennsylvania, proud sponsors of the Monday video forecast. It was a fantastic weekend. Fantastic. First weekend in a while. I know we had some rain on some areas on Saturday evening, but I mean, most of the day was dry. The daylight hours or both days were just fantastic. Today is not going to be the case. Okay, we're going to have a lot of numerous scattered showers and thunderstorms today, and we do have a legitimate severe threat. Now, we're starting off the day very early here. I'm starting off with an AM high-res future simulated radar, and starting us off early this morning. There will be right around dawn, or either side of dawn, an hour on either side of dawn, you're going to have some leftover showers and storms from a line that was in western Pennsylvania last evening and moved eastward. It has weakened considerably, of course. This is just some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Could be some loud thunder with that, but not really expecting anything severe headlines. This is not going to be severe when this moves through this morning. But after this moves out, and we get to, we're going to stop this here at, this is looking at 11 a.m. this morning. There's going to be some clearing in between here. And you just need a little bit of sun to fuel this. There's a warm front that moved through with that morning convection. Okay, that was the biggest, that's the reason for that. And if we get to early afternoon on the GFS, I just want to show you a synoptic overview of what we're dealing with. A very strong area of low pressure here in the eastern Great Lakes. The warm front at this point is going to be sitting here like this. And this is, again, early afternoon on the GFS. The cold front's down here like this. That means you have a warm sector in between. Closest to this area of this warm front here, you have a southeasterly wind flow like this. So all the other winds ahead of the cold front are going to be out of the southwest. That gives you some spinny stuff there, some spinny potential, some tornado potential, because you have veering winds aloft, and we have competing winds going different directions. That's what causes the tornadoes. So there is a legitimate tornado threat today. I still think the primary severe mode today is going to be from straight line winds, and you could have some 50 to 60 plus, maybe even some 70 mile per hour gusts with some of these more robust storms. And I think the target areas, I'm going to give you some target areas today. I know the Storm Prediction Center has. I'm going to give you some target areas that I think, after an extensive soundings review this weekend, my head's ready to explode after all the soundings reviews I've done on multiple guidance this evening. Both the hourly updating ones and the ones that are just every 6 hours. I mean, there's a bunch of them that came in this evening, and I've just been going nuts over this over the last couple of hours, trying to make heads or tails. What I try to do when we're doing severe weather stuff is not look for reasons for severe weather to happen. I'm looking at mitigating factors. What can make this go wrong? And there are some things that might make this go wrong. One of those, most notably, is going to be cloud cover. Okay, if you have cloud cover, it's going to limit the amount of instability that it can tap into, and you still have storms, but they're not going to be achieving their upside potential, so to speak. Okay, so if we have this clearing in between this initial stuff very early in the morning, and then this afternoon when this next stuff comes in, which is here, this is 11 a.m., here's noon. It's really not too much going on, but once you get in the afternoon, this just starts exploding because you had that ample time for that to occur. So again, with that position of the warm front, again, situated well off to the north now. It's all up here. We are in that warm sector, and you still have a southeasterly wind competing against a southwesterly wind here, and that's where you have your spinny stuff. I know it looks like a congealed line here. I don't know that it's necessarily going to do that, but you can still get some what we call quasi linear convective system, which is a QLCS tornado forming along the line here. You could have a weak tornado form along the line if that was the case. But I think primarily before that, we're going to be in kind of discrete mode where you have individual cells that can become supercellular in characteristics. And that would be bad news. So you want a line to congeal faster, basically, to eliminate the tornado threat or not, or at least lessen it, okay? Tornadoes along the line can still form, and that's what a QLCS is. But if you do not get this congealing of this line, and you have these individual cells and just go rogue and go nuts, I mean, you can have some pretty nasty storms coming through here as a result of that. Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk at the time this video is recorded for the entire area except for far northeastern corner of Pennsylvania and far northeastern New Jersey. And even there, it's still a marginal risk. It's not like there's no risk at all. But I think within this region here, as we go over the tornado possibilities, it's right in here over eastern Pennsylvania. I think that's perfectly placed, okay? I might not be this far north, but it's going to depend on how far north that boundary goes. But I would say if you're down here in like within this range here, somewhere in here, this is probably the best part within that range. Just from the soundings I looked at this evening to see a tornado form. That would be right in those areas right there, okay? It doesn't mean you're going to see a tornado. You might not be any tornadoes tomorrow, okay? But the whole point is, we're looking at that, or on Monday, you're looking at this as from a probability standpoint, and that area has the highest potential to see that because of the proximity of the warm front and the cold front and everything kind of coming together with the veering winds and everything else. Primary severe threat, though, is a straight line wind damage threat. When you have anything supercellular, you also have large hail threats, too. That's another part of this. And, of course, heavy rain. So we're going to take this through here to the I'll start off with the satellite, simulate a satellite on the NAM, and this is with that earlier convection in the morning. You have some cloud cover with that, but then once that moves out, look, you get some breaks in here. See that? There's breaks in the clouds before the storms come in. This is looking at noon. They move forward, still got some breaks before the main line comes in, and you can see where it's targeting right here. So, there is the possibility for a strong possibility. Wouldn't be surprised to see some areas get upgraded to an enhanced risk today because of this. Just based on the soundings review I'm doing this evening, it's not looking too great. And again, this is what the NAM shows. It doesn't show a lot of supercellular stuff, but again, this is a QLCS type tornado setup here in this case. But primarily straight line winds would be the main threat, especially if this starts bowing out as it moves into northern New Jersey. But you notice earlier, if you were following along, if you're a model watcher and you like following these things, that this area was down here was a target before, down in the Delmarva. The best looking radars are now coming up to further north across eastern Pennsylvania, and that goes all the way from like the Wilkes-Barre Scranton area all the way down through the Lehigh Valley, Lancaster, Pottstown, all the way down. Not saying that the southern areas are going to get it, but it might be a little bit further north from you. If you're in the southern Delmarva, you might be able to escape most of it. Now, here is the high-resolution rapid refresh that ran this evening. Just another vantage point. This is showing a lot more. The same time frame. This is looking at, you can follow the timestamps in the upper right-hand corner. This is looking at noon, and I advance this forward an hour to 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You see a lot of these discrete cells popping up here, okay? Nothing congealed at the moment. They're starting to get a little bit here, but then you have all these discrete cells running around here. Supercellular possibility with these. Now, this does extend a little bit further south, and I would bank on those areas getting into it as well. But again, you have nothing really, you get just a mess here throughout the day. Just numerous scattered showers and thunderstorms, and you're going to have some very heavy rain with any of these storms as well as they move through. And that should wrap up as we get into the early evening hours, and then we should be okay after that point. So I think your highest threat window, so to speak, is generally noon to, say, 6 o'clock this evening. After that, we start to kind of wind down a little bit. There is looking at 6 o'clock. It's just about ready to ramp down at this point. And you still got some storms here around into early evening in a few spots, but it should start to wind down a little bit once we get into the evening hours, or further into the evening anyway. So I will be very active today on social media, of course, with our private clients and doing all that stuff too that we do behind the scenes. So we'll be busy with that this morning, and of course sending text alerts for all the. It's going to be everybody's going to get a text alert for this today, with exact timing for your specific county for the My Pocket Meteorologist customers, and we will update with you the latest information that we have throughout the day. Okay, so again, I was doing a lot of soundings reviews, and those looks Greek to a lot of you, but this is very supportive of tornadoes here. You got a lot of supporting parameters on here that would support the tornadoes, most notably the southeasterly wind here you see with the warm front, and aloft it's a southwesterly flow. So the competing forces there is what causes the tornado threat. And you have very good numbers here from both a shear standpoint and also the hodograph has some pretty good curvature to it here. So it does look like there is that possibility today for tornadoes. I just don't want to give you the impression that this is like the primary severe mode, because it's not. Slap rates are pretty good, and we have certainly, as long as we have that clearing, we have enough instability to work with to provide a straight line wind threat as well. I think that's the primary severe mode in this case, but the tornado will be a part of that conversation certainly. Okay, so again, I'm just trying to give you an overview of what I think is going to happen, but we'll continue to update throughout the day on social media. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll be on that too. This moves out this evening. There could be an isolated shower or storm here on Tuesday afternoon. The NAM's starting to back down from this a little bit as this stuff moves out. I'm going to go ahead to Tuesday real quick, and you just see that there might be a few thunderstorms across what it's showing to be our southern areas right now on Tuesday afternoon. I think the better chance for showers is going to come here on Wednesday, when we have a little shortwave running the base of a trough coming in. We're going to have cooler weather toward the end of the week. So temperatures are still going to be in the 70s today. It's going to be a little cooler than it has been over the last couple of days because of the clouds, because of the showers and storms. 72 to 79, generally in the 70s today. 75 to 82 is a spread here on Tuesday. And then after that, I think we have once we have this system move through on Wednesday, the end of the week looks like it's going to be cooler. Like we're going to have upper 60s to low 70s across the region for a couple of days through the end of the week. Then we're going to warm up over the weekend, it looks like. And right now, it looks like we might luck out with a second consecutive weekend of nothing. I know we had some stuff on Saturday night, but I really don't think that counts, right? Because your daylight hours, when you're able to enjoy it outside, were pretty good, right? And I think we have a pretty good weekend coming up. This is late Sunday. Next cold front's going to come through here, it looks like on Monday, right? So that's going to be a little bit delayed to get in here by the weekend. So we get a very nice weekend with temperatures in the 75 to 80 degree range, both Saturday and Sunday, it's looking like. And looks like a pretty nice weekend so far. We'll continue to follow that throughout the week, make sure it's still the case. But today, of course, our focus is on the severe weather. So make sure you have a plan in place to react if you have a warning issued for your area, especially if it's a tornado warning. Don't play around with it. Don't be that guy going outside with your camera trying to film it. Just get the safety and duck for cover, okay, until the threat has passed. And we'll try to guide you through that today as best we can. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for Memorial Day, May 27th, 2024. Have a great Monday. Stay safe.